Guardians of the Galaxy is the 10th movie in the MCU, but not 10 years old. No, that was last year that we got our 10 years old, a little baby. And it tells the story of Peter Quill, a kid who was born on Earth and taken into space after the death of his mother, who was diagnosed with cancer, and was raised by a group of people called Ravagers, who go across the galaxy pretty much stealing things and selling it for money, kind of like bounty hunters. And he finds a mystical object called the Orb, which secretly houses an Infinity Stone. He teams up with 4 other people, to keep the Orb safe from an evil Kree warlord known as Ronan the Accuser, while also running from the law. Space police, pretty much, the Nova Corps. It's directed by James Gunn and stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, and Vin Diesel. That's an all-star cast. Very much all-star cast. Oh boy. I love this movie. It's amazing. It's so good. This is such a good movie. I just have to talk about 2 things that I think I love the most. The visuals. This is an impressive looking film. They do so well with color and everything about this movie. It's colorful, it's bright, the special effects are amazing. And every time Groot makes a facial expression, you can feel his emotion. And Rocket looks super photorealistic. They did such a good job with the visual effects in this movie. You just have to give them props for that. It's so good. It's really, really, really good. Next, the music. The score and the actual songs they use for this movie are top notch. I own the soundtrack and it's super fun. I listen to it all the time. So those are 2 very, very things that stand out to me. But there's so much more that makes this movie good. There's the humor. It's a super fun movie and a funny movie, to watch. And it's a fun movie because it can be 3 different movies. It can be one that is just on in the background. It can be one that you're invested in, and it can be just one that you just are watching on a lazy Sunday. That's how good it is. It can be those 3 types of movies. And it's all the jokes land. These are super funny jokes. And it's super fun to watch. But when there's emotion in the film, and there's definitely a lot of emotional scenes, you can feel the emotion, and it's super good. There's about 3 moments of emotion that really get you. There's one at the beginning and end that have to do with Peter Quill's mom, and then there's one near the end that has to do with Groot, and they're all gut-wrenching and powerful. It's great. The performances in this movie are also really stand out. Chris Pratt delivers they all deliver amazing performances. Dave Bautista, this is his first role, is really great because he's really good at playing this emotionless person. He's just he just stands and stares like that the whole time, and he's really good at doing that. So Zoe Saldana does great as Gamora. She puts emotion into it. This is not her best work with the character, though. In each film, she gets stronger, I feel. In Infinity War, she puts on her best performance as this character. So, yeah, but she still does a great job. Bradley Cooper, hilarious voicing Rocket. Vin Diesel puts so much work into voicing Groot. I know it's just I am Groot the whole movie, but it's not, because every time he had to say I am Groot, he voiced a different line, because it's more than just saying I am Groot. He had to put emotion behind it. And then he did it all in different languages. He put so much work into Groot's character, and oh man, did it pay off. This is our first look at Thanos, and he's not that great, but our second look at Thanos, because we did get him in Avengers, but this is our first look at him with Josh Brolin, who would later portray him in the rest of the Marvel well, Thanos movies, including including Infinity War and Endgame. So, but he really again just sits around and does nothing. And whatever, it's fine. I didn't expect him to do anything in this movie. I didn't even expect him to be in this movie, so yeah, I guess I'm not upset about that. But Josh Brolin, he did fine as Thanos, I'd say. The villain, Ronan the Accuser, is among bottom tier of Marvel villains. It's just, he's not Malekith or Abomination bad, but he's bland. And he had a second chance at redemption in Captain Marvel, but he didn't get that either. We'll talk about that when we get to Captain Marvel. But yeah, he just doesn't do it as a villain. Sad to say. This is a great movie. Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick out necessarily downs from this movie. To be honest, this is an action-packed movie, but there's not a lot of, like, some action scenes aren't that memorable. Like, there's definitely the ones that are super memorable and stick in your mind, but then there are some that just aren't that memorable. And the music scenes are amazing, but in the second one they're more standout-ish, where each song coordinates super well with the scene. Like, it does that in this movie too, but not as well. Yeah, that's about it that I have to talk about for the movie. And I'm gonna have to give Guardians of the Galaxy an 89 orbs out of 100. Super great movie. Couple of down notes, but for the most part, amazing movie. Definitely a must watch. And I recommend it to anyone who's even not a comic book fan, because it doesn't even actually feel like a movie. And it takes relatively unknown characters and makes them household names. Like, no one knew who the Guardians fans. Like, think Iron Man, only comic book fans really knew who Iron Man was. Think that, except even more lore, because not even, you'd have to find, like, 1 out of 10 comic book fans you would ask would have known who the Guardians were. And now, characters like Groot are household names. And Star-Lord is now a meme for what he's done to the galaxy, so that's Guardians of the Galaxy. And he does an amazing job, and the sequel's amazing, and I can't wait to see what James Gunn does with the third one now that he's rehired. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Jordan from Jordan Reviews, signing off.